Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashta Prayeshva Bhadrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyutama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Yam Pravrajantam Anupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahakatara Juhava Putreti Tanmayatayo Taravo Vinedus Tam Sarva Bhuta Hridayam Munimanatosmi. Hare Krishna. So today for this Srimad Bhagavatam class, I will read one of the last verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the 19th verse of the 12th canto, 13th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is called the Glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse is very important for us to understand because it explains the nature of Srimad Bhagavatam. So chant along because it's Sardula Vikridita shloka, it's a little long. Kasmayena vibhasito yamatulo jnana pradipa pura tadrupena chanaradaya munaye krishnaya tadrupina yogindraya tadatmanatha bhagavan rathaya karunyataha Chachudham vimalam vishokam amritam satyam param dhimahi satyam param dhimahi. Shall we do word by word translation? Okay. So translation. I meditate upon the pure and spotless Supreme Absolute Truth, who is free from suffering and death, and who, in the beginning, personally revealed this incomparable torchlight of knowledge to Brahma. Who is free from suffering and death, and who in the beginning personally revealed this incomparable torchlight of knowledge to Brahma. Brahma then spoke it to the sage Narada. Who narrated it to Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. Krishna Vyasa, Srila Vyasa revealed this Bhagavatam to the greatest of sages, Shukadeva Goswami. And Shukadeva Goswami mercifully spoke it to Maharaja Parikshit.
और सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी ने महाराज परीक्षित को इस ज्ञान के बारे में विस्तार से बताया।
Purport. In the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam states, Satyam Param Dhimahi.
भागवतम में पहला श्लोक में बताते हैं कि सत्यम परम धीमहि,
We meditate upon the supreme truth.
जो हमको उस परम तत्व के ऊपर ध्यान करने के लिए प्रेरित करता है।
And now at the conclusion of this magnificent transcendental literature, the same auspicious sounds are vibrated.
और अभी इसी प्रकार से इसको ध्वनि के रूप में वाइब्रेट किया जाता है।
The words Tadrupena, Tadrupina and Tadatmana in this verse clearly indicate that Lord Krishna himself originally spoke Srimad Bhagavatam.
तद्रूपेणा और तदात्मेना से ये बताया जाता है कि भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने ही भागवतम को बोला है
To Brahma, and then continued to speak this literature through the agency of Narada Muni, Dvaipayana Vyasa, Sukadeva Goswami and other great sages.
और उन्होंने ब्रह्मदेव से बताया, ब्रह्मदेव से नारद को, नारद से व्यास को, व्यास से सुखदेव गोस्वामी को, परीक्षित महाराज और आगे इस प्रकार से परंपरा चलती रही।
In other words, whenever saintly devotees vibrate Srimad Bhagavatam, it is to be understood that Lord Krishna himself is speaking the absolute truth.
तो हमको ये जानना चाहिए कि जब कोई शुद्ध भक्त श्रीमद् भागवतम का प्रचार करता है तो ये मान लेना चाहिए कि साक्षात भगवान श्री कृष्ण हमसे वार्ता कर रहे हैं
through the agency of his pure representatives.
अपने शुद्ध भक्त के अनुरूप होकर
Anyone who submissively hears this literature from the Lord's bona fide devotees transcends his conditioned state.
तो जो भी श्रद्धा पूर्वक भगवान के शुद्ध भक्त से इस भागवतम को सुनता है तो वो इस भौतिक जगत से मुक्त होने के कगार पर आ जाता है
And becomes qualified to meditate upon the absolute truth.
और उस प्रकार से उस परम सत्य के ऊपर ध्यान करने के लिए उसको आशीर्वाद मिलता है
And serve him. And serve him.
उसको सेवा करने के लिए उसको मौका मिलता है
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Kasmayena vibhasito yamatulo jnana pradipa pura tadrupena chanaradaya munaye krishnaya tadrupina yogindraya tadatmanatha bhagavatrataya karunyataha tatchudram vimalam vishokam amritam satyam param dhimahi. I meditate upon that pure and spotless supreme absolute truth.
मैं उस परम सत्य के ऊपर ध्यान करता हूँ
Who is free from suffering and death.
जो कि मृत्यु से और पाप से दूर है
And who in the beginning personally revealed this incomparable torchlight of knowledge to Brahma.
और जिन्होंने इस ज्ञान के बारे में ब्रह्मदेव को संपूर्णता से बताया
Brahma then spoke it to the sage Narada,
ब्रह्मदेव ने फिर नारद मुनि को एक बारे में इसको बताया
who narrated it to Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa.
और उन्होंने कृष्ण द्वैपायन व्यास जी को आगे बताया नारद
Srila Vyasa revealed this Bhagavatam to the greatest of sages, Shukadeva Goswami.
व्यास देव ने इसको सुखदेव गोस्वामी को बताया
And Shukadeva mercifully spoke it to Maharaja Parikshit.
और सुखदेव गोस्वामी ने इसकी चर्चा परीक्षित महाराज के साथ की
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namashrishtam Manumati Sachiputra Matra Swarupam Rupam Tasyagrajam Arupurim Madhurim Goshtavatim Radha Kunda Girivaramaho Radhikam Madhavasam Prapto Yasya Pratiti Tripaya Shri Guru Tamnatosmi Yantah Pradishya Mama Vachimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayata Kila Shakti Daraswadhamna Anyamscha Hasta Charana Shravana Tvagadim Pranannamo Bhagavate Purushaya Tutim Swasyastu Vishwasya Kala Prasidatam Dayantu Bhutani Shivam Mithodiyam Manascha Badram Bhajatata Doksache Avishyatam No Matiratyahaitu Ki. Hare Krishna. I'm very happy to be with all of you this morning. And I wanted to speak a little bit about this practically last verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Srila Sutta Goswami, in a very special way, explains the nature of this transcendental literature. Srimad Bhagavatam is not an ordinary book. Srimad Bhagavatam is Bhagavan himself. And only Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself is capable of explaining Srimad Bhagavatam. While reading Srimad Bhagavatam, reading the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, we are coming directly in contact with Sri Krishna himself. Sometimes people ask, did you see Krishna? Well, we can boldly say that yes, we have seen Krishna, he is there in the altar. But even more importantly, we can very boldly say that not only did we see Krishna, but we heard Krishna himself. Because in this spotless verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna himself is speaking to us. It is specifically said, very importantly in this verse, that whenever somebody is trying to explain Srimad Bhagavatam, if he is doing it with very pure motive, just to glorify Krishna and to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna himself enters him and speaks through him. Originally, Krishna himself spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to Lord Brahma. And then usually we say that Brahma told it to Narada, Narada told it to Vyasadev, Vyasadev told it to Sukadev Goswami, Sukadev Goswami told it to Maharaja Parikshit, Sutta Goswami, so on and so forth. Usually we say it like this. But in reality it's not like this. Because it's Krishna himself who spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to Brahma. And then Krishna himself, through Brahma, told Srimad Bhagavatam to Narada. And then Krishna himself, through Narada, told Srimad Bhagavatam to Vyasadeva. And then Krishna himself, through Vyasadeva, told Srimad Bhagavatam to Shukadeva Goswami, and so on and so forth. And then we can boldly say that Krishna himself, through Srila Prabhupada, told Srimad Bhagavatam to all of us. Nobody besides Krishna himself can reveal himself to us. So whenever real Srimad Bhagavatam recitation is going on, we should understand that this is the direct revelation of Krishna himself through Krishna himself. It is said in the Puranas that Krishna is present where there is many tulusis are growing. Directly he is present. It is said that Krishna is personally present where there are many lotuses are growing, when there is Padmavan. And Krishna himself is present where people are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is personal representation of Lord Krishna himself, and he himself is revealing it to us. And listening Srimad Bhagavatam is the only way to break the vicious circle of birth and death in this material world. Srila Jiva Goswami explains in Bhagavad Sandarbha that there are many different upayas, many different ways of trying to get liberation from this world. Because people are trying to get liberated, they want to get through this, to get out of this samsara cycle. But he says that the very best means of breaking through this vicious circle is just to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Because by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, we're directly coming in contact with Krishna himself. And therefore, in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamuni Krite Kim Va Paraya Ishvara. What is the use of any other scriptures? Because even if you just desire to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna immediately enters into your heart. Krishna becomes the prisoner of your heart just because you have this desire. I want to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. At this moment, Krishna becomes so attracted to you. Srila Jiva Goswami explains that it's not by accident that Srimad Bhagavatam is called Srimad Bhagavatam. This word Srimad is in front of Bhagavatam.
जो श्रीमद् भागवतम का जो श्रीमद् लगा है ये कोई मतलब धरती से नहीं आया है, वो साक्षात उसके ऊपर आया है.
He says, listen very carefully, he explains very beautifully why this Srimad is in front of Bhagavatam.
तो वो बहुत अच्छे से आपको ये समझाते हैं कि श्रीमद् जो ये टाइटल है वो भागवत के आगे क्यों आया है.
Shri means Lakshmi, Shri means Srimati Radharani, Shri means the goddess of fortune.
श्री जो है वो लक्ष्मी को कहा जाता है, राधा रानी को कहा जाता है, ऐश्वर्य को कहा जाता है.
And sometimes we say Shri such and such Maharaj.
कभी-कभी हम ऐसे भी कहते हैं कि श्री और उसका आगे महाराज का नाम लेते हैं कि फलाना महाराज.
If we want to add some honor to this particular Maharaj, we say Shri Shri such and such Maharaj.
अगर हमको किसी को इज्जत देना है तो हमको बोलते हैं ये महाराज श्री श्री.
There is one great sannyasi, or I don't know, great sannyasi, whatever, who is called Shri Shri, simply Shri Shri.
आपने सुना होगा ऐसे श्री श्री के नाम से कोई है भारतवर्ष में.
Whatever he is. If we want to add more honor, we say Ashtotara Sata Shri, 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 108 times Shri.
अगर हम लोग और ज़्यादा इज्जत देना है तो हम कहते हैं अष्टोत्तर श्री 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 स्वाहा.
Basically, what we want to indicate by adding Shri to the name of some person is that he is the personal energy of the Lord is personally present in him. That's what we want to add.
जब हम श्री का टाइटल देते हैं किसी को तो हमें बताना चाहते हैं कि भगवान की जो अंतरंग शक्ति है वो आपको प्रेरित कर रही है उनके अंदर.
And because the energy of the Lord, which is attracting the Lord himself, is present in such person, then by coming in contact with him, we are coming in contact with Krishna, because Krishna is attracted by such person.
और क्योंकि वो अंतरंग शक्ति भगवान उस भक्त के शरीर में है या उस मनुष्य के शरीर में है तो भगवान उससे प्रेरित होते हैं और उससे अट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं.
As much as we are attracted to these opulences of this world, as much as we are attracted to something which is beautiful, which is powerful, Krishna is also attracted by this, because this is his personal energy.
क्योंकि भौतिक जगत में हम ज़्यादा प्रेरित होकर आकर्षित हो जाते हैं सारी संपत्ति शक्ति को देखते हैं.
And when he sees this attractive feature, Krishna is also attracted to these attractive features in the human beings. But Srila Jiva Goswami points out that we don't say Shri Bhagavatam, we say Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the difference between Shri Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavatam? The suffix mat, matup in Sanskrit, matup pratyaya, means that Shri is inherently in Srimad Bhagavatam. Sometimes we may have some Shri, but this Shri is some opulence, but this Shri is not inherently in us. We may lose it. Like I have this computer, but this computer is not inherently in me. Somebody can steal this computer. So the difference, please listen very carefully. Why do we call Srimad Bhagavatam as Srimad Bhagavatam, and not just Bhagavata Purana or just Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is that the goddess of fortune, Srimati Radharani, is inherently in Srimad Bhagavatam. As much as the heat and light cannot be separated from the fire, Shri, goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi or Srimati Radharani cannot be separated from Srimad Bhagavatam.
जिस प्रकार से उष्णता और रोशनी जो है वो आग से दूर नहीं रह सकती, ठीक उसी प्रकार से श्रीमती राधा रानी जो है वो भी भगवान से दूर या भागवतम से दूर नहीं रह सकती.
And because she is always there in the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, she entered into these beautiful verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, when we start hearing these verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna becomes attracted by us.
क्योंकि वो श्रीमद् भागवतम के श्लोकों में वास करती है, जब हम उसको सुनते हैं, चर्चा करते हैं या बोलते हैं, तो भगवान हमारी तरफ आकर्षित हो जाते हैं उस राधा रानी की.
The secret of attracting Krishna is to be in contact with his internal energy in the form of Srimati Radharani, and therefore by reading Srimad Bhagavatam we become attractive to Krishna himself.
भगवान को आकर्षित करने का रहस्य जो है वो इसी में बताया गया है कि जब आप श्रीमद् भागवतम को पढ़ते हो तो राधा रानी की वजह से भगवान हमारी तरफ आकर्षित होते हैं.
And therefore, even if we don't understand the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, even if we don't understand the meaning of the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, and just mechanically read Srimad Bhagavatam, still Krishna really appreciates this and come to us in our life.
अगर हम लोग भागवतम को पढ़कर समझ नहीं पाते या श्लोकों को समझ नहीं पाते, फिर भी जब रखा करके भी पढ़ लेते हैं तो भगवान उसको हमको प्रेरित करता है कि वो खुश हो जाते हैं.
Even if you sleep in the lecture of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna is still attracted to sleeping you. So, that's the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. And but what is very important, even though Krishna is attracted whenever we are reading or hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, still in the second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Vyasadeva gives a very important condition also. There is no doubt about it that no matter in which condition we are, if we listen Srimad Bhagavatam, Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya, Nashta Prayeshva Badrishu, almost all the problems which are troubling our heart will become vanished or cleared from our heart. A disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Atmatattva Prabhu, great scholar, he used to joke in this regard. He says, Nashta Prayeshva Badrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. When you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, almost all the problems which are troubling your heart are going away. And you become very peaceful. And because you become very peaceful, you go for sleep. Therefore, when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, everyone goes asleep. But Srila Sukadev Goswami, Srila Vyasadeva, in the second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, he gives a very important warning to us. He says that the hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam will become complete when we fulfill one condition. Yeah, this gradual process of purification for sure will take place if we regularly every day hear Srimad Bhagavatam. But the full manifestation of the power of Srimad Bhagavatam will only take place when we become Nirmatsaranam Satam. he says a very important thing which I wanted to tell because this lecture is about the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. And he says that Hridnyam yatavarudyate ma susursubis tat kritibih tat kshanat. That Krishna will become established within your heart if you are nirmatsaranam. Nirmatsaram. By coming in contact with Srimad Bhagavatam, by coming in contact with the spiritual reality. But our contact with spiritual reality at present is not complete. Because of one problem which we still have in the heart. Because of one disease which is still there lingering in the heart. And this disease is called envy. Matsarya, yes. And therefore, to experience the full benefit of Srimad Bhagavatam, the complete ecstasy of Srimad Bhagavatam, we should try to free ourselves from envy. The definition of Matsarya, which is given by our acharyas, is very important for us to understand. Matsarya means that when you see in somebody some virtue, some excellence, some beauty, some knowledge, you become intolerant to his virtue. You try to devalue him from this value. He has inherently this virtue or value, but you, in your mind, try to devalue him. Try to put him down. This quality, which is unfortunately is in everyone's heart in this material world, is the main hindrance between us and God, even in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Narottam Das Thakur in his Prema Bhakti Chandrika, he explains that you can employ this kama, krodha, lobha, moda, mada, moha in devotional service. Can be employed in devotional service. Like, for example, kama, the desire to get something, you can employ by the desire to hear about Krishna more and more and more. But he doesn't say there is one problem which cannot never be employed in devotional service. This is Matsarya. Krodha you can employ in devotional service. Hanuman, he burnt Lanka, employing his krodha in devotional service. But there is one thing which you can never employ in devotional service. This is Matsarya. Therefore, it is a tradition not only to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, not only to read Srimad Bhagavatam when we sit somewhere in our apartment in Dubai, but it is a very important tradition to come together and listen Srimad Bhagavatam together. Actually, we can be successful in devotional service not alone. We can only be successful in devotional service if we are all together.
अगर भक्ति में हमको साथ रहना है, सक्सेसफुल रहना है, तो अकेले से नहीं होगा, साथ मिलकर ही हो सकता है.
Because when we come together and when we try to serve together and when we try to appreciate each and everyone's beautiful quality, then this matsarya gradually goes away.
जब हम मिलते हैं साथ में बैठ के भागवतम पढ़ते हैं और एक दूसरे के गुणों के बारे में चर्चा करके विशुद्ध पता करेंगे कितना अच्छा गुण है, तो मात्सर्य को वहाँ से भाग जाना पड़ता है.
And that's the precondition of understanding Srimad Bhagavatam and understanding Bhagavan and entering to the spiritual reality.
भागवतम को समझना है, भौतिक जगत, आध्यात्मिक जगत को समझने के लिए सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि मात्सर्य से आप पीछा छुड़ाना है.
Therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami explains that Sankirtan, the kirtan becomes samyak kirtan, becomes complete kirtan when many people, Bahubir Militva, Kirtanam iti Sankirtanam, when many people come together and together chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the listening of Srimad Bhagavatam also becomes successful when we all together sit and listen to Srimad Bhagavatam. And become infected by the enthusiasm of each and every one of us, trying to really listen to Srimad Bhagavatam carefully and in this way understand Shri Krishna. This glories of Srimad Bhagavatam is the vast ocean of, and it can be exhausted in just 45-minute lecture. But I just wanted to say these few words about the glories that slightly touch the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam to understand how important it is for us every day listen to Srimad Bhagavatam together, even if we are together in Zoom. That's also okay. No problem. By listening Srimad Bhagavatam together on Zoom, we will become together in spiritual world, and there is no Zoom in the spiritual world, no problem. There is only heart-to-heart relationship in the spiritual world. There is only heart-to-heart relationship in the spiritual world. And actually, we can achieve this Hridaya Sampark, this heart-to-heart relationship, when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam together. Through the purifying media of the sounds of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Yes, please.
Wait. Just speak it on.
Microphone is coming. I don't know, how did they speak Srimad Bhagavatam to 80,000 sages without microphones?
Very nice class. Hare Krishna. Maharaj, only one question. How to overcome that mastery and how to handle it? Please. Very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
प्रश्न ये है, पूछ रहे हैं कि मत्सर्य को हम किस प्रकार से रोक सकते हैं, कृपया करके बताइए.
To overcome any problem which we have, we first of all have to become aware that this problem is there.
सबसे पहले किसी प्रॉब्लम को निकालने से पहले हमको मालूम होना चाहिए कि हमारे अंदर एक प्रॉब्लम है.
this awareness of the problem is important condition, because otherwise, if we manifest it subconsciously, then we will never be able to get rid of it.
ये मुख्य कारण है कि हमको पता होना चाहिए कि हमारे अंदर ये ऐप है, नहीं तो फिर हम इसको कभी भी पार नहीं पाएंगे.
Therefore, Acharyas, they explain how this problem manifests, and therefore I said, what is the manifestation of envy? When we try to devalue other people, when we try to take away their value and put them down in our mind.
इसलिए हमारे आचार्य मात्सर्य का मतलब बताया कि हम जब किसी को मान नहीं देते और उनके मान को नीचा दिखाते हैं, तो ये मात्सर्य है.
When we clearly understand that this process is taking place in our mind, then we can distance ourselves, the soul, from this process in the mind.
जब हम अपने हृदय में इस चीज को मालूम करते हैं कि हमारे अंदर ये है, तो फिर आप सोच समझ के उससे आप दूर होने की चेष्टा करें.
Yeah, my mind, which is not yet pure, is making these things, looking at somebody and saying, oh, who he thinks he is.
मेरा मन जो पूर्ण तरह शुद्ध नहीं है, वो जब इस प्रकार की चीजों को देखता है तो उसको ऐसा लगता है कि ये कौन है, इससे मैंने इज्जत.
But at the same time, we look at their mind who is doing this trick and say, you dirty mind, why are you doing this? Stop it.
उसी समय अपने मन को जोर से भटका सकते हैं कि आप इस प्रकार के काम क्यों कर रहे हैं, ये घृणापूर्वक है.
So in this way, you divide yourself from the processes, from the unwanted processes which are taking place in your mind.
इस प्रकार से हमारे मन में जो आवृत्ति जो हो रही है, उससे हम अपने आप को दूर कर सकते हैं.
Whereas if we don't separate, if we don't divide ourselves from these processes, there is a great chance that we start acting according to this thought process which is going on in the mind.
अगर हमारे मन के अंदर ये जो वृत्ति आई है, उससे हम अपने आप को दूर नहीं करते हैं और इससे हम ध्यान नहीं रखते हैं, तो हमारा पतन होने का पूर्ण चांसेस.
But then, if you see it, then you stop it in the very inception. It's just this envy started manifesting, and then you already stopped it.
तो जब भी हमने देखा कि हमारे अंदर ये ऐप आ रहा है, तो उसी समय उसको हम एक पूर्ण विराम लगा करके उसको शक्ति से हटा सकते हैं.
But unfortunately, most of the people, they don't stop it when it just starts manifesting in the mind, and it goes on through their mouth, and then it goes on through Facebook, and they start spreading the gossips of everyone everywhere, and putting the fingers on everyone.
दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण मनुष्य को अगर पहले नहीं रोक पाए, तो ऐसा ऐसे हमारे वृत्ति बन जाती है, फिर फेसबुक, व्हाट्सएप, उन सब जगहों पर जाकर भी हम गलत तरीके से लोगों को.
Yeah. So such people who are acting according to their envy and spreading their envy, spreading the poison of their envy in other people, infecting other people by this poison, contaminating other people's mind by this, they will never be able to even appreciate Srimad Bhagavatam.
ऐसे लोग जो इस आश्चर्य का जहर फैलाते हैं और लोगों को इस बारे में बताते हैं, ऐसे लोग श्रीमद् भागवतम की महिमा को कभी जान नहीं पाएंगे.
Actually, Srila Jiva Goswami, one more beautiful point which he makes, he says that why Srila Vyasadeva says Nirmatsaranam Satam, why does he couples or connects these two qualities of somebody who can understand Srimad Bhagavatam, Nirmatsaranam and Satam.
जीव गोस्वामी इस संदर्भ में बताते हैं कि निर्मत्सरानम सताम क्यों लिखा है व्यास जी ने, इसकी महिमा क्या है भागवत को समझने में.
He says that you can only be established in truth, you can only become Satam, the real person, really existing in this world and existing in your relationship with Krishna, only if you are Nirmatsara. These two things are together.
इस भौतिक जगत में आप कभी सत्य में वास कर सकते हो जब आप निर्मत्सरानम सताम.
You cannot really separate these two things. You can only become Satam or Sadhu if you are Nirmatsaram.
हम साधु तब बन सकते हैं, दोनों को अलग नहीं कर सकते हैं. जब भी हम निर्मत्सरानम को अलग करेंगे, तब हम साधु कहलाएंगे. और किसी का कोई प्रश्न एक और प्रश्न ले सकते हैं
Hare Krishna Maharaj, महाराज पहले से पता था जो हम लोग पंचभूत में है जो पंचभूत में जो अपनी वायु पानी मिट्टी और लास्ट आकाश तो आकाश जो आकाश हम लोग शरीर के साथ में क्या संपर्क है या समझ में आते तब आपको तो शिक्षा मिल जाएगा हरे कृष्ण
So this Panchabhut, so Akash.
How to understand the Kama Akash, the sign?
Akash means the space. Akash means this material space in which we are all situated.
आकाश मतलब जो है अंतरिक्ष है
Yeah, and this space, Antariksha or Akash, is not just emptiness. It's the most subtle element which is capable of transmitting the waves.
आकाश जो है ये बहुत ही सूक्ष्म तत्व है जो करके जो ध्वनि को ट्रांसमिट करता है
And therefore it is said that the quality of Akash or the tanmatra of Akash is sound or the vibration.
तो ध्वनि जो है उससे हम आकाश को माप कर सकते हैं
It's not only the sound vibration, it's any vibration, any wave, like electromagnetic wave or whatever. The media for transmitting these waves is this very subtle element.
तो ये जो आकाश जो ऐसा तत्व है जो किसी प्रकार के ध्वनि या इलेक्ट्रिक वेव्स या इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मैग्नेटिक गुरुत्वाकर्षण इन सबको ट्रांसमिट कर सकता है
Even the physicists, when they first encountered this, electromagnetic waves, wave, if we say wave implies that there is some media of this wave, right? There should be some substance which is kind of making these waves.
फिजिक्स वालों ने जब देखा कि इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फोर्सेस के बारे में जानकारी प्राप्त की तो ऐसा लगा कि कोई तो है जो इसको ट्रांसमिट कर रहा है आगे बढ़ा रहा है
And therefore, they were also speaking about ether, the via media through which these waves are being transmitted. Later they rejected it, but now they are coming back to the same concept. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is clearly said that there is this very subtle element which is the media for all these waves of vibrations.
जितने प्रकार के ध्वनि या शब्दाक्षर या इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक है वो सब खल के माध्यम से आता है
And it's also very interesting in the 26th chapter of the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where the different Mahadbhutas are being explained, the qualities of Akash are also explained.
तो अगर आपको इसके बारे में ज़्यादा जानकारी चाहिए तो तृतीय स्कंद के 26वें अध्याय में हम देखेंगे तो कर्म के बारे में पूर्णता से श्रील व्यास जी बताते हैं
And there, Kapila Dev explains that Akash is the meeting place between the senses and the mind.
तो हमारे पंचेंद्रिय और मन के बीच का जो कनेक्शन है वो आकाश है
In other words, even the mind, which is more subtle than Akash, is present in the space, in the material space. And the senses are present there, in the same space, so to speak.
तो मन जो है वो आकाश से भी सूक्ष्म है लेकिन फिर भी मन और इंद्रियां जो है उस आकाश में अपना प्रेजेंस बताती है
Anyway, I don't know if you understood more, but this is something.
हरे कृष्ण आपको समझ में आया कि नहीं पता नहीं देख लेना बालकृष्ण
Hare Krishna Maharaj, welcome to class. Maharaj, you explained that Bhagavatam book is not a book form, but it is Krishna himself. According to the time, places, and circumstances, Maharaj, sometimes we don't have a book. What about reading Bhagavatam in the mobile app?
तो प्रश्न ये है कि श्रीमद् भागवतम को हमने बताया कि प्रत्यक्ष श्री कृष्ण है ग्रंथ भागवतम तो कभी कभी समय अनुसार हमारे पास ग्रंथ नहीं होता तो हम पढ़ते हो, तो उसके बारे में क्या कहना?
There is no problem for Krishna to manifest in your mobile phone.
भगवान को कोई आपत्ति नहीं आपके मोबाइल फोन में आके बात करने से।
Krishna can manifest himself through any media.
भगवान सभी जगहों में प्रस्तुत होते हैं। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम हरे राम। कोई प्रश्न है? प्लीज।
Hare Krishna, thank you Maharaj for a wonderful class. Very glad that point that Krishna is actually talking to Srimad Bhagavatam to everyone. Even to Srila Prabhupada was Krishna talking to us. It was so beautiful to hear that. And the question is regarding Bhagavad Gita. Is it the same process that Krishna is talking to everyone?
Yeah.
तो माता जी का प्रश्न है कि क्या भगवद गीता भी वही है जैसे कि भागवत में साक्षात भगवान बात कर रहे हैं?
Yeah, in Bhagavad Gita it's clear because Bhagavad Gita directly came out from the lotus mouth of Bhagavan. But in Srimad Bhagavatam we may have some doubts. It was composed by Vyasadeva, it was spoken by Shukadev, and we may not understand that this is direct revelation from Krishna himself.
भगवद गीता के बारे में तो कोई मतलब डाउट नहीं है मन में क्योंकि भगवत के श्री मुख से सीधे सीधे ही भगवद गीता बोली गई तो भागवतम के बारे में सोच सकते हैं लोग कि वैसे हुआ था कि नहीं।
So therefore Srimad Bhagavatam is on the level of the Vedas themselves. It's direct revelation from Krishna.
इसलिए भागवतम जो है वो वेदों के बराबर का माना जाता है सीधे श्रुति की तरह।
And Bhagavad Gita for us is also the same, on the same level. And therefore, even Shankaracharya glorifies Bhagavad Gita and says that this is the essence of all the Upanishads. So, Bhagavad Gita is direct manifestation of Krishna.
भगवद गीता को भी उसी स्तर पर रखा जा सकता है क्योंकि शंकराचार्य कहते हैं कि भगवद गीता जो है वो सारे वेदों का सार है।
Okay. Thank you very much, Hari.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very, very much, Maharaj. On the 1st of January, you all are still here, anticipating a lot of good fortune for 2023. The best fortune is to have Srimad here with us, and thank you for explaining Srimad Bhagavatam and the summary of Srimad Bhagavatam. On behalf of Damodar Desh Yatra, we have a small donation to you, Maharaj.